JOAT, welcome back. As you all know, a specific song has been taking the entire dubstep scene by storm. Phonon with Polyriddim. Seeing Naughty Step's video on this did really hype me the fuck up because I thought this was going to be a song that just broke all boundaries, all rules of just typical rhythm music. If y'all seen this video, you know how vocal he is about loving the track as a whole. No lie, he really hyped me up to a point where my heart was fucking pounding right before the drop came in, about during the build up. I'm here just to give my quick thoughts on it. Hopefully this video is under 4 minutes. Quick analysis, and also if the track lives up to the hype that it has amassed now with almost 5,000 likes on SoundCloud in 3 days. This song was released under Audio Records on SoundCloud, and they as a label in the past month have been releasing pretty unique and interesting bass music. To name a few, Bloodlust by Cadaver, Rave Wizard by Guillotine, and also a producer I haven't heard of yet, Zeden, with Smother. So back into Polyriddim. As soon as the track starts, luscious pads just pop in. Right after that, there's supposed to be a tempo switch like a few seconds in, which I didn't catch on to after listening to it like 3 or 4 times. It's definitely subtle, and I would even say it's kind of unnecessary if it's that unrecognizable, but maybe it's just my ears fucking up. So yeah, after these couple seconds, some keys start coming in, which sound like they're in a different key than the luscious pads are at the beginning, followed by a quick glitchy build up, prepares you for the drop. So the first thing that actually takes you by storm after the first bar finishes of the first part of the drop is that it's in 7/8, which is a time signature, 7 beats per bar, I believe. Pretty unique. Not many producers do it, but I do know songs, and I've heard, especially 7/8, that specific time signature, I have heard in dubstep songs before, or one song, believe it or not. Back in 2013, underground dubstep legend Cram released a song called Psycho, which when the drop comes in, he alternates between 7/8 and 8/8, or 7/4 and 8/4. I don't see how it works. 7/8, watch. So again, back to the song, I'm straying from the fucking point. So the second part of this first drop on Polyriddim, I felt like it didn't really mesh together with the first part. This part's more up-tempo and more happy, lightweight, blissful. I feel like the first part of the drop was leading into something like greater and more epic, judging by like the chord progressions. It seems kind of disjointed, especially since it comes in so suddenly, and I feel like he could have expanded on that first idea a bit more, because it was like, and then all of a sudden just this happy ass part comes in. So for me, I felt like it switched the mood. It kind of 180'd on the mood, and it kind of took me out too. I mean, of course the ideas are there, the uniqueness is there, the originality is there, but as a track as a whole, feeling it and vibing with it, it's kind of difficult to get your head around. And after this, just a regular 8/8 time signature part of the song just pops in and really gets you like into that mood. And this is the point in the song where I feel like you can headbang to the most mainly, and that's the part that would probably go crazy at festivals too. So the second drop I do like much more than the first. The way it's just more staccato and more like has you like ready. Again, it completely flips into the happy melody as well, but by that point I was used to that from the first drop, so it really didn't bother me as much. Again, but the song still feels like separated, disjointed. To be honest, if Phonon builds upon this sound or just experimental rhythm in general, he could probably make it work even better. Kind of reminds me of the first time when Sudden Death and Marshmello collab was Sellout last year. Half Marshmello, half Sudden Death. Then they come out with Crusade, much better song, kind of a mesh of both their styles. I feel like if phonon does this with different time signatures and build-ups, then just practicing on this, yeah, it's just interesting to see how experimental you can get, especially in this genre of music. I mean, the 7/8, for some people it completely takes them out, but for the majority, I mean, about 5,000 people now just can't get enough of it. And I've seen an edit on SoundCloud too, where somebody just looped the like 7/8 part to make it 8/8, which also sounds good, but that kind of takes the flavor and the character out of the song. So yeah, again, both 8/8 parts kind of give you a feeling of satisfaction too, since you have something to bop your head to. And this whole track isn't inventing the wheel or anything, but it definitely is a different take and really just strays completely from the norm. And I can only give props to Phonon for that. I did check out his SoundCloud for a couple of minutes. He's no stranger to experimenting with mainly rhythm in his music. Kind of reminds me of Nexus, especially since he also makes edits of different popular rhythm tracks. But Nexus's music and Phonon couldn't be any more different. So he just reminded me of the experimental rhythm side and the mashups / edit. Another thing I did find interesting is how Phonon, on the 7/8 part of the drop, he placed the snare like one beat before, so it didn't really feel like there was anything getting chopped off, which I think was a good creative decision to still keep you like enticed and shit. So yeah, I mean, unorthodox song, interesting, pretty catchy. The only problems I did really have with it was like how sudden like some of the parts like went after one another. If you're going for different moods in a single song, they should fall into each other, and if that's not the case, then you should just use one mood for the song, if y'all get what I'm saying. Yeah, and the switch and the time signature really didn't take me out of it either. I would see if people did see that as a problem, but for me personally, it didn't really bother me at all. So yeah, in the end, I think this song did deserve the hype it got. It definitely isn't the first song experimenting with different time signatures, but I think, I mean, if you do something that in music especially that people just don't do normally, then you should get the credit for it, because you are stepping out of your comfort zone and experimenting with sounds and risking shit that may not even sound good to other people's ears. So yeah, this has been JOAT, Phonon Polyriddim. Please don't spam me with, oh, this is the freshest fucking song of all time and shit. I get it. I like the song. I'm not against Phonon getting his hype. I'm cool with that. Just keep in mind, the time signature thing, other producers have done in the past. And yeah, those are my quick thoughts. Hopefully quick. Let me get to editing. JOAT.